Afrinity Connect.
Hello out there. Welcome to another exciting edition of Afrinity Connect. On this program, we're talking about politics, precisely politics in Nigeria. We're talking about the forthcoming election in Nigeria. Without wasting much of our time, we go straight to our special guest. For those of you that have been watching the program, I want to thank you so much for the feedback. For those of you that have been following the series of Nigeria Leadership Search, we want to thank you sincerely for the shares, for the likes, for the comments. We sincerely appreciate everything. So we have Madam Adi in the house today. Madam Adi, you are with us in the studio. So how are you doing? Good evening from Blantyre, Malawi. Good evening to you.
Good evening from London. It's just going on to about 35 minutes to 9 o'clock. It has actually rained tonight in my neck of the woods, of course. It's been a brilliant week, quite busy, but fruitful. So we are very grateful, and I thank God for having gone through the week with no blemishes, no hitches. Everything was just went according to plan. And here we are tonight. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. It's always an honor and privilege to have you. The world is a global village now. To have you connected, yes, live and direct. It's also very much hot here. We call it the warm heart of Africa. It's actually very, very warm. So we can imagine both worlds, and we're just connecting together on Afrinity Connect. Thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so today we'll be having you because obviously we know what's happening right there in London right now. It's massive. The Labour Party chairman is currently in London, and we also made to understand that the flag bearer, His Excellency Peter Obi, also flew in, I think from, it was in Harvard in America. Now it's, I think it's Oxford now. Was giving a talk from there. It's also going around the UK. So we'll not be having our normal Uncle Sam and of course Madam Evelyn. I know they are really engaged. We'll be showing clips or pictures of them on the program. But for the meantime, how did you celebrate your independence?
Oh well, the independence I think shot off in London with a rally, yes, at Trafalgar Square. And there was a big turnout, not just for Londoners, but for most other people from different parts of England, Manchester, Birmingham, and so on and so forth. So they all conglomerated there, and the chairman was actually there as well. The mayor was there, and according to reports, the police said it was the best ever seen, that there wasn't one fracas, there wasn't one violence, there was no incident at all, so, and it was all in pictures. I wasn't there personally. I do have my my reservation about going out in crowds anyway. I'm not no phobias, but it gets sort of too much for me, but I watched it throughout, and it was fantastic. There was jolly, there was music, the Obidatis were just, on top of the world, celebrating. And it gets my blood to know that we cannot vote, that people, can you imagine if we voted? The number of people for Obidati would have swung that election, unbelievably. So that was the highlight for that. And then there were also parties that, I think there's still parties going on, this weekend, just in celebration, because it was like too many parties going on at the same time. So people have just taken this weekend also to celebrate. And we love, we're jolly people. We're happy go fellas. Yes, you won't say that there's no bad egg amongst any nation or any people, but majority, we're very astute and we're very disciplined. and therefore I think it went well. And I also read through Nigerians' celebration as well. They said it was great. It was fantastic. On the other side of the coin, it's whether those leaders are celebrating and celebrating what at 62. They should search their conscience and know how many of them have actually ruined the country for us who want to celebrate and be proud of the fact that we're Nigerians. So, but I didn't read anything also negative about that. At the end of the day, we're moving forward, and I suppose future celebrations will actually yield, the birth we want of Nigeria. Because when you are celebrating, if you are 62 years old as a human being, as a person, and you want to have a birthday, there'll be a lot of good things to talk about, your life. People will be, celebrating you as an achiever, and you yourself personally will look back. Now, for 62, this is for our leaders. I want to know what Buhari looked back to. I want to know what Atiku looked back to. Is it all the money that he has amassed in Dubai? Living in Dubai for all the months of the year, and is Dubai his fatherland? Yes, Dubai isn't his fatherland. So you run away from your own country, go and live in somebody else's country when you are supposed to be a leader, when you are supposed to be dictating the pace for what should happen. So like Mama G is in town as well. The great Mama G. They had something in Nigeria, and I think they raised about 40 million for Obidati. So they've all gone for Obidati. They celebrated as well. And generally, she was asking the same question. We are old enough, and we're hoping that at 63, we shall be talking very positive stories about the next independence. God will keep us alive to see that. So for me, that's my comment about the great independence of Nigeria. Thank you.
That's really exciting. I love that last part of it where, you talk about, looking forward to the future, looking forward to the 2023 October 1st, how it's going to look like, how it's going to be. Because I also want to give you a quickly rundown, recap of how it went down here in Blantyre. The Nigerian community, obviously in Blantyre, they all came together. It was fun. It was on my birthday too, and it was nice. Yes, thank you very much. It was nice to celebrate with them, and it was all came together and have fun, in network, meet old friends, meet new friends, and discuss with each other. So, like you rightly said, I want to pick out one or two things. One is, you might not be there to vote, but I can assure you, your conviction or your I would like to say your relatives or your friends, your well-wishers, because when it's not good back home, they call you for this, they call you for that. Or I'm sure when everything is okay, they should be able not to be calling, or they should be also to do better. But it's because the place, probably the no conducive environment, we in the diaspora can also call them, talk to them, that it should not be business as usual. Let's get it right this time. Let's see how, we can take it to the next level. And the other point is, I saw somebody speaking on the TV, or he said he's confident that by next year, Buhari will not be there. People as if he's looking forward to a fresh air already, So we hope for the best. And the only thing we want to thank Buhari for in this, at least if not for anything, is signing that electoral bill into law, the 2022, where from that polling booth after voting, they should be able to send that result straight to INEC servers, so that people should be able, so that your vote can at least count. So that's all we pray for, and that's what all Nigerians want to guide jealously. Hopefully, we should get it right this time. So, what's your message? This is a very short one, and I know you have a lot of things you're gonna do now and everything. So, what's your message to the youths, the Obidati, the obedient movement that is all over the place? Because another thing I want to quickly put there is, you're talking about the celebration. The celebration was actually about the youth, about obedient movement. So
That's right.
specifically, I didn't hear about any other candidate. I didn't. So and with your comment to say it's one of the best organized, it means something is cooking for not just the youth, for Nigeria as a country. So what message do you have to that movement? And I know they will try to do whatever they want to do. What message do you have to them as we round up? Thank you.
Right, as we round up, I want to advise the youth, of Nigeria. We'll have the elderly as well.
Yeah.
I am hoping, yes, that they will not be easily bought, yes, over by. I think in our last program, I did mention about people joining the crowd, pretending to be, you know, part of Obidati, having access to our people to convince them. Yes, so they just handed money to you. Look, this money will buy you something. Take this $1,000 and all the rest of it. So I'm hoping that they will not be bought over. That is really my advice to the youth, because they are really fired up, they are gingered up, they are full of enthusiasm, and that drive itself is able to move mountains, right? So against all odds, they'll be able to move mountains for the Obligati group. Very simple. Please do not be easily bought over. Do not look at anyone or listen to anyone, whatever device that they're using, manipulative device, because they are satanic, and Satan can use anything at all to want to win you over. And remember, they don't give free gifts. I've always said, you take this money now, they come into power. Do they come giving you money again? That money is going to finish, probably in 2-3 weeks. You have so much to execute within your own family or within your own personal problems that money isn't going to last. Yes, if they probably open an account for you and they're paying you salary for being their supporter, that would be good, but they won't. So, I would say to them, please do not fall prey to them. Then for the elderly, God, they have more wisdom, don't they? Due to their own experience, yes, the obedient movement, no wavering. Be as solid as a rock. Stand by your belief that a more sincere, astute, with dignified humility, I would call that, dignified humility, can turn things around for us. So that is what I will have for the youth. They need to stand firm. They need to stand really firm. And I mean that. Wash up their conscience. Anyone that has taken bribe before, because it's the bribe that is killing us in that country. Backhand. I wrote something in the group this afternoon. They were talking about Madam Evelyn actually posted something talking about how they are now selling yam from China. Yeah. Then I said the year my children went back to Nigeria for the first time, we went through Port Harcourt. On coming back, I saw the Chinese people carrying a palm tree, a little palm tree. If it was in their country, would they allow us to carry anything live into the plane to bring back to our country? No. So who sold it? Who was the governor of Rivers State? Because they were bringing it from Port Harcourt. So obviously, somebody allowed them to. Yes, you cannot take that sort of thing into Canada. No way. So I'm begging the youth as well, even the adults, please do not take bribe. Do not take bribe. Remember that when you are suffering, especially those suffering, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. If you remain faithful, yes, and just a little bit of the Christians call it long suffering, but the end will always and will be good, because your lives are going to be sorted out. You have to be patient, and it will happen for us and everyone. We want to be able to fly back into that country whenever we want. Very soon I should be able to go into Nigeria on a Thursday and come back here on a Monday. Have a weekend. Not because I'm rich, but because you are going to a safe country. You want to see your people, you want to have anything done, go do it and come back. We're not afraid of anything. You wouldn't have had to fast for 30 days, pray and all that so that kidnappers won't see you. So that is the same word for the youths, you know. So I hope and I'm praying that everything will actually work out for good for everybody. Thank
Wow,
you.
that's yeah, thank you so much. It's well put together and really, really inspiring. And I just hope and pray that this time we get it right, because I know, as the most populous black nation on earth, once we get it right, it will, has effect all over across Africa and of course across the globe. So we just hope and pray, people listen to this advice, follow what is right. There definitely is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you very much, Mother Adi. It's always good to have you on the platform, and I look forward to having you on the next edition. Hopefully by then we'll have Uncle Sam and Madam Evelyn. Thank you once again, and have a blessed evening out there in United Kingdom.
Thank you very much for having me. And like you rightly said, we'll have the team together again. They're very busy. As you know, Uncle Sam is busy tonight. He's going to be busy tomorrow. Evening equally is. So hopefully we'll all come back together, for one good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Go and
Bye.
enjoy your party. Bye.
Enjoy, have fun too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.